I wrote Finding Flow for one reason. I want to point readers to a life giving, practical way that we can overcome that fear, that inner anxiety that seems to plague most of us, and reclaim our natural inner peace, balance, and wholeness. About 30 years ago, I went on a personal quest. There's got to be a way, was my question, of discovering how do we live a lifestyle that allows us to live in that natural flow of peace, balance, and wholeness. So what I did is I studied the lives of over a dozen ancient and modern spiritual teachers and giants to see, is there a common thread within their lives? Is there something distinct among those spiritual teachers and heroes that allowed them to integrate that peace, balance, that wholeness into their lives? And I discovered there is. And that's what I write about and unpack in the Finding Flow book. If you wanted a shorthand formula of what those lifestyle practices are, you could call it QSCS, quiet time. Taking time each day to enter into the solitude, getting away from the distractions of the world to reconnect with our inner self and God as we understand the Creator. Spiritual reading, taking time each day to read the books and the writings, and today even the podcasts of people a little further than us on the spiritual journey who teach us how we can discover that wisdom, that life-giving spiritual practices that bring us alive. The third is community, surrounding ourselves with a circle of trust of people, a small group of people who inspire us to grow, who nudge us to grow, to help us become our best selves and live that in the world. And finally, a spiritual gifts inventory, looking at ourselves and taking the tests that we can do, one of which is on my website, to discover what are our unique talents and gifts, and how in this season of our lives are we being invited to use them in ways that make us come alive and make the world a better place. That's what I unpack for readers in my book, Finding Flow, Spiritual Practices to Reclaim Inner Peace, Balance, and Wholeness. I do it in a fun way. I kind of poke some fun at myself with some personal stories, but I also integrate the wisdom that I've learned over the years from these spiritual teachers and invite you to incorporate those practices into your lives so you too can find what I call the divine flow in our lives and experience the joy, the happiness, the peace that we all desire. I invite you to pick up a copy of the book and join me on this journey of finding flow. My hope and prayer is the book will inspire you, transform you, and change your lives in life-giving ways.